only person to go into this team room to ever be the question to an answer on Jeopardy. You got that going for you.
You have it on tape somewhere? On your phone?
Oh no, that's probably still on Twitter somewhere.
So how's it finally feel to kind of carve out a role on this offense? You're starting to get more and more touches, more and more plays.
It feels good. It feels real good to be back out there making plays.
Shocky, what's it been like? Has this been everything you thought it would be when Mark came and kind of laid out what the offense was going to be?
Oh yeah, when he pulled it out and was showing me like what we got or whatever, when we was practicing in the indoor, I knew it was gonna be something special. So yeah.
Does it kind of take some pressure off you knowing that Mac and French get a lot of the looks on the defensive end?
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm trying to take the pressure off them when I step on the field too. So, yeah.
What have you learned from them, from those two?
They always sit down with me and try to teach me how to do my drills because I was always trying to rush through things. Because with my speed, I always thought speed was the way, but they showed me how to be patient more in my routes and just little things like that, little details.
How about the biggest thing you've learned from Coach Beatty?
It's so much Coach Beatty done taught me ever since he's been here. So, it's so many things I
What
can
are
talk
some
about.
of the things that you can?
Like little stuff like when you cutting out of a route, you gotta have turn on your toe when you're breaking out in order to get your hip to project that. It's just a bunch of little things that make my game better. So that he taught me.
Do you think when high school recruits or high school players see an offense with a lot of passes being thrown, that automatically attracts a recruit to a program like that?
For sure, because if I was a recruit looking in right now, this would be the perfect spot for me. All the passing and throws going around. So, yeah.
Well, you committed here before they started
before
throwing
all
it
that.
around.
So yeah.
You came anyway, then.
Yeah, I just love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Shocky, what is playing Miami for you?
Well, I'm from the crib, so I can't wait to play them boys. They real fast, but just can't wait to have the opportunity to play against them.
Did you have a chance to play for them?
Nah, they ain't never look at me.
So that probably sticks with you?
Yeah, it stick with me in the back of my head. I ain't really think about it now. I'm a Pitt Panther now, so I'm just out. We're gonna see the results Saturday.
Do you know some of the guys on the Miami team?
No, sir. I know Al Blaze. That's it.
Did it bother 17-year-old Shocky though that he wasn't getting looked at by the Canes?
Yeah, for sure. Cause Florida State when they hadn't offered me or Florida, I was just offered by USF, UCF, and it sucks being back home that the schools that's back home with you not looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And I was Florida State, Florida's last resort. When I was about to sign to Pittsburgh, they called, but Miami never even looked at all.
Never picked up the phone.
Never.
What did you say to Florida State and Florida when they made those last-ditch efforts?
I had already signed, so I told them I had already signed that morning. So I was like,
oh, it was signing day.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I had already signed.
How many hours after signing did they call you?
Well,
Was it an hour after you signed?
they seen I hadn't posted anything.
Okay.
They seen I didn't post any because I was going to announce it that night, or whatever. But I signed early in the morning, so they called. They was like, "We seen you haven't committed anywhere, signed anywhere." I was like, "Nah, I signed to Pittsburgh. I'm just letting everybody know tonight." Yeah.
Shocky, the game last year down there, I know was frustrating.
Yeah.
How anxious are you guys to kind of show how far the offense has come from that point?
We've come a long way from last year with a lot of things. We just matured, the group matured. We got these new coaches, new offense, and we're definitely ready to beat them this year. Last year shouldn't have happened like that, so we're gonna get it correct this year.
What have you seen different from Kenny, maybe even from the first game till now?
Well, he looks at all his reads, he throws on point pretty much. He just getting better as a player. He feels more comfortable in the huddle. He talks to us, lets us know what he wants us to do, and we just execute it.
So how many weeks have you been completely healthy?
I just got back healthy a week ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was pretty frustrating.
Yeah, it was very
Especially
frustrating.
this offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeff mentioned the game at Miami last year. Do you have a bunch of family, friends, anyone down there for that?
And last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole family. See, I'm from Fort Myers, 2 hours away from Miami. So they all came up to see me and stuff, and it was fun to see them.
They all just like pile in a van or what?
Nah, they were separate. They drove us separate. Yeah, well, my family like scattered all out through Florida, so like South Florida. So.
Anything else for Shocky? Awesome.